Alrighty, it is September 4th, 2020. I hope everyone is investing wisely and a lot more strategically now that you've probably gotten a lot of my videos. But real quick, I want to take this lesson or this video and discuss why you should be at least looking at what the biggest hedge funds are doing, whether or not they're selling, buying, positioning themselves for an entry or an exit position, and so on and so on. And that's pretty much because institutions do drive not strike prices, but stock prices most of the time, unfortunately. We can take a look at some of these, and I just want to mention that WhaleWisdom.com, Gurufocus.com is two of the main websites that I use to get the most recent trades, such as July 30th. If you want the most recent, like literally this month, you would have to sign up for the premium version. And I will get you that. I'll get these links over to you and in the descriptions of these videos. And then this WhaleWisdom, it too obviously is a pricing, does have different pricing tiers that you can sign up for. But for the free version, it actually does give you the most recent. And I'm just taking a look at Boeing here and all the information about Boeing, what it does, who it is, what it services. Basically, we all know who Boeing is. We can see the stock price right here. And then we can see all of the 13F filers. Anytime a hedge fund that is SEC regulated or licensed, they do have to file 13F forms, which are their entries and exits. So as we can see that let me drop down a little bit more. We can look at the shares held or principal amount, its market value, its percentage of portfolio, its prior percentage of portfolio, its ranking, change in shares, the ownership percentage, the source obviously, the source date, the date reported, and so on and so on, and actually the first quarter first owned. These you can change just by clicking the arrows. And I want to see the most recent, which is going to give us quarter 4 of 2019. We can see that RNC Capital, Management, Channing, Investors Financial Group, and so on and so on. These are going to be the calls and puts when they do stock options. And this is going to be giving, if we see a change in shares, you can see that RNC Capital got out 7,000. These got out 139. 22,000, so on and so on, and then the market value right here. So with that being correlated with, are they being reduced, are they being added, new, we can see that there is obviously some ins and outs as always. So how does this quite work? I have Gurufocus up here, the same as the WhaleWisdom. We're going to take a look at this and we're going to see, okay, are they reducing? Are they buying? And this is going to drive the strike price. I keep saying strike price because I'm obviously one of the options traders. But when we see a lot of reducing, it usually does drive the price down, and we can see that Boeing did crash around this March time frame. And that was the same time that COVID hit. So by using WhaleWisdom and Gurufocus, if we're tracking what the largest hedge funds are doing, you're going to kind of get an inside look at whether or not the stock price is going to drop or go up. And hopefully, if you get the premium versions of these websites, you're going to get them more sooner and more recent. So get familiar with your biggest hedge funds. And I brought these up over at valuewalk.com, and it all gives us the top 10. From Davison, Citadel, BlackRock, which is one of the most popular ones, Elliott Management, Millennium Management, Two Sigma Investments, AQR, Man Group, Renaissance, and Bridgewater. There's Bridgewater. And it gives the descriptions of each of these and where they're located, a little bit about them, and so on and so on. A lot of these other names, Gurufocus, these are individuals, and you can look up who they're with, such as Fisher Asset Management, Mario with Gamco Investors. George Soros is a big name, unfortunately. And we can see what these guys are doing. If you could follow over at Gurufocus, you know, Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch, all these guys, you can follow what they're doing. If you see George Soros shorting, looks like 39% sold out actually, out of Boeing. We got the same Dodge and Cox, Michael Price, they all sold out. If we correlate that with the month, this was right at the end of March. Correlate that with what the stock price did. Right around March, we started seeing all that being dropped off. March 31st, February. It'd been really nice to get this information around February. So, and then bam. Now it's starting to go back up. So we'll correlate that to see if the buys are coming back in. Let's see if we can get some data on the purchases. All right, so now we're adding Mario. This is the date. Let me go back up to the recent. So a lot of this is being shorted and reducing at the end of March. So what made it drive back up is probably individual investors, traders. Some of these guys probably, if you got the access to the premium version, you would see that they're being added again. And let's correlate that with BlackRock, or not BlackRock, but WhaleWisdom, and see the, yeah, you can see some big boys getting out. Trying to see if, there we go, there we go. Yeah, 630. So if you would kind of compare that with what we saw by the sales, and now getting back in, we can see that everyone's starting to buy. Especially right here, 8/14 date reported, source date. So they're all coming back into Boeing. So unfortunately, money does drive the price when it comes to trading these. Not always, but most of the time it does. As they say, follow the money. So in this lesson, I wanted to just get these two resources out to you. WhaleWisdom.com and Gurufocus. Gurufocus, I always go to that for things like when I want to look at the versus history, what it's doing versus its industry, its profitability rank, and so on and so on. So these two websites, use them. They're definitely valuable when it comes to trading short term, maybe even long term. Walmart, we can take a look at this, see what Walmart's doing. We got change in ownership here. A lot of big shorts around February. But here's some newer ones shorted. When I say short, it does correlate with selling. Same thing. Actually, it doesn't. It's reducing or shorting naked, depends. But just think of bulls and bears. So we got GQG Partners, Eaton Advanced Management. They're all buying. A lot of shares, actually. So if we take a look at the Walmart price, WMT, we see that, yeah, Walmart's price, let's just take a 3-minute, 5-day, going up 144 year to date. Yeah, it's being driven back up. That started around July. Took a halt in August for the midmost. And now we're end of August, beginning of September. It's jumped. You can see from 130-ish, 131 to 1, all the way up to 150. Now we're back down to 140. So now you can see just how to use WhaleWisdom to kind of get a better insight of what the price is going to be doing. So as always, check us out, investingondemand.com, investingwithchris.com, and then my entire company and business entrepreneurship blog videos at warriorwealthsolutions.com. As always, happy trading, and I'll see you next time.